Hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming back or coming to my channel today. I really appreciate you spending time with me. Okay, so you see here, this is a sketchbook paper. I found it at Dollar General and it came home with me because it was so cheap and it had some really cute patterns that I thought that I could make some really lovely art with. And so once again, I am diving into mixed media paintings. I really haven't done that many mixed media paintings in my life. I've probably done less than 10. But it's something that I very much am interested in learning and growing about. And so when I saw this collection of prints, I thought I might as well go for it. Oh gosh, this video is going by so fast. Okay, so you did see all those different sketches. I want to make it part of my video process as being transparent. Do you guys need to see me draw all the sketches? No, but I want to show them, one, because you know it took time, but two, I also think that how social media works is you see a lot of end products and you don't see all the stages in between. Even in the like speed paint videos, I added stuff out because there's only so much and you can only speed up clips so much. And so I think it's real easy to think that people are less accident prone or less, that there's less work going into it, and that it seems like the artists are just naturally awesome. And I compare myself to other artists who I see everything going smoothly and these beautiful produced videos with all these, like, I'm gonna draw this thing, and they just show the one drawing and it's like chef kiss good and they're amazing, and then I go back to my drawing desk and it takes me sometimes 20 sketches before I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I need to show people so that they don't feel like that they're not the only one who have to dig a little before they find something that they like. I find that I have to do more sketches and work harder if it's something that I don't like. I don't like things with perspective. So furniture's kind of, you know, not something I love. I'm genuinely trying to get away from that, you know, sticker look where it's just that object of the one thing floating in the middle of the page with no context and no surroundings, and give things an environment, because it's so good for the storytelling and it's so good to give context. And I think that, like, visually you are doing yourself so much good if you just give yourself a background, you know, even if it's just even if it is just a gradient, it's taking it to the next level. And I know that we look around our world and we see all these things that, like in catalogs, you see the shirt and it's white around it, and you see a spot illustration, it's just the thing sitting on the white background of the page. And so I understand the temptfulness of doing that, but for me personally, it's an area I want to grow. So now that rant's done, I'm looking back at this painting, and if I could title the painting something other than whatever the name of this video is going to be, it is I overworked the paint. So gouache can be reactivated, and the rate at which it reactivates, I haven't learned 100%. And so sometimes I can reactivate it like I purposely put down this sort of yellow ochre color, or Naples, I'm not sure which one it is, but either way, this wonderful earthy tone paper, not paper, paint, and I can reactivate it with the color that I put on top of it. And I did it, and I was successful with it. And then there's times where, in this painting specifically, where I go back and I noodle it, and I just rework it because it isn't quite right, and I think that, 5 or 6 or whatever, I'm like chasing it down the rabbit hole and I'm trying to fix it, and I reactivate the paint underneath it, and I have to go rework it, and there's some weird sort of bald spots that I create by overworking and noodling it, and I finally get to the point at the end of it where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna walk away from it, because I could chase it for another hour and I might get it better, but I might make it worse. So I got my baby to a place where I could live with it, and I let it be. And maybe in the future I might experiment with putting workable fixative in between the layers of paint and experimenting with how that works so that I don't reactivate layers of gouache when I don't want to. I'm still fairly new to gouache painting, and I'm still refining my process. And that's the fun part about art, but it also can be frustrating when you're not there yet. And I'm catching myself watch this process going on. I'm really quite pleased with this painting. I think I spent the most on it out of the 3 paintings that I decided. I did them all in one day. I don't know why I did that, but I had a chunk of time and I just didn't stop until I got my goal set. Sometimes I can do it that it isn't what all the efficiency experts recommend. They recommend that if you can get a habit of doing just a little bit at a time, that you will end up doing more in the long run than waiting and just working at for epic jam sessions or painting sections on the weekend. And this is probably the part that I'm most sad about, how I overworked that right cheek. Oh, I can see the hollow where I just pulled it back up of noodling it too much. And that's how it ended up as the solution. You can see I did the same thing with the coffee cup, but I think it's okay. Okay, so now on to the page number 2, and I couldn't come up with anything. The only thing that I could think of was a snowman. And even though all the art that I've been doing pretty much lately has been ghosts and cats and pumpkins and bats and all of the spooky things, and I've been enjoying it so much, I was like, snowman. Why not? Now for something completely different. I think that I came up with a cute little snowman sketch, and I am really pleased with how the line work in this painting came out. And so I'm going to talk about that the most with this painting. So since middle school, I have been working with either Micron pens or Prismacolor pens. Tried other brands. Those are the 2 I go back and forth to the most. I am well versed in what those pens do. They're my surefire art weapon. I know what it's going to do. I get the results I like. I know what I'm doing. Not the case with the pen and ink nibs, but the cool thing about the pen and ink nibs is that I can draw over top my paintings with them. So I've been transitioning from like the translucent watercolors into like really opaque and translucent painting medias. But I don't have what it takes hand-wise not to go over my line work. And then you sort of have these sort of like white, sort of like or lighter spots on the line work, which is probably my favorite part of my line work. And then to see it sort of looking gunky or scuzzy with these guys over top of it looking inconsistent just kills me. And the Micron pens and the Prismacolor pens, it's like Russian roulette. Will I be able to fix the piece of artwork before I kill the pen? And it's not, the odds are terrible and I don't like it. And I've been ruining so many art supplies and being so wasteful because sometimes, more often than not, I kill the pens. And so I found the pen and ink, the traditional dip pens, and when I clog those, I can just take them to the sink and I can do what I want to do with them, and I can save them when I clog them up. But there's like everything, there's a learning curve. So some of the learning curve is applicable, it can be applied from the experience I have using other pens. But some of it doesn't work. Like I have to remember not to go from left to right and to let it dry if I need to do a curving, arching hand movement, so I don't put my hand in the ink or my fingers in the ink, which is probably one of the biggest problems that I have. And then after that is it's just going to be fine-tuning which nib I love for what, and that just comes with practice, and that's okay. Moving on to my next rant, I can talk about my color palette, which I feel is a little bit different than what I normally do. I'm super happy that I did it. I went with this yellow ochre color instead of all the pastels, and believe it or not, that yellow is me being brave. And I'm just gonna go like take heart from all those efficiency get her done experts that I listen to on YouTube, and just trust that little steps like that is gonna get me better with my ability to paint with color. I feel like I'm really, really strong in black and white, but I don't feel as confident with my color use and my color choices, the color palettes, like coloring it in, and then the colors that I choose to color in. I don't feel as strong with those. Is it warranted? I don't know. But I want to work until I feel like I'm as fabulous as I feel I am with my line work. So we are on to the final painting of the day. I'm not sure if you can tell with the quality of light. I worked through till the sun went down, and I do work right next to a window, and so I have lost all that natural light that comes in and changes the tone of my painting, and that's okay. I still it is what it is. I wasn't gonna stop painting. I was invested. I could see the like finish line at the end, and I was still motivated and vibing and feeling good. And you know what? So the light quality isn't the same. It's still a good painting and some footage of a good painting. So I think that this was the painting that the idea of this painting that I came up with, that is when I saw those scrapbooking sheets, that I came up with this idea, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it at home. I totally have been seeing these super cute ghost paintings that are like aesthetic with like candy around them or little garland wreaths or whatever. Some trick-or-treaters done like that, and I was like, you know, someday I'll be able to afford to buy artwork of all the people that I see on the internet and that I'm like inspired by and love. But till then, I'm going to make some of my own in my version, in my way. I'm going to steal it and make it mine so I can have some of the things too. Because I can't afford to buy your aesthetic stuff. But I can afford to make my version of your aesthetic stuff. I think Picasso's the artist that said that, you know, to steal other people's ideas, but steal like an artist, take that idea and make it your own. Hopefully I was successful with doing it with this one. And that this little bedsheet ghost is uniquely mine enough that it isn't a sad thing, but it's a happy thing. And you know, I'm speeding through this guy right here. I think I did better without reactivating the gouache underneath than when I did the first time. And yep, okay, that's the end of it. And so I get to tell you all of the things that my reminder sheet says, like hit subscribe, don't forget to comment, let that YouTube algorithm know that you like me. Until next time, have the best day ever. Bye.